Formal education starts in pre-primary for all school-going children around the world, although most are not enrolled in preschool. According to United Nations, Uganda lacks early childhood education facilities, although there is a policy provision for it. Available preschools are unaffordable, private-owned and located in urban areas. Poor families fail to afford the cost of enrolling children to early childhood facilities because of exorbitant fees charged, excluding majority of children.
Can children from poor communities and slum communities manage to pay for their own school, especially when you talk about nursery schools or daycare? So we identified that the element of ECD was lacking.
Education is a basic human right and key in breaking the cycle of poverty in the society. However, it is inaccessible and unaffordable by many families living in city slums. Children miss essential social services in their communities.
Many children can't go to school just because they know I won't have a meal or I'm hungry, and this is going to affect their ability to study.
Others, remember, they are single mothers, so they cannot afford this education.
Early childhood development is key to living a full and productive life, especially to urban communities living in Kampala slums. A 27-year-old Pauline Namayanja, resident of Katanga suburb, is a vulnerable slum single mother of 5 children from Masaka. In 2016, early childhood development policy was launched to benefit children from conception to 8 years of age, but it has not yielded any results. Now, Kids Club Kampala, a non-government organization, wants to increase access to and coverage of integrated community-based early childhood development services that meet national standards to benefit deprived children in city slums. The Encouraging Education project, introduced in late 2010, is being implemented in the slums of Katanga, Namuwongo and Naguru.
Informal early education for all. It is free in such a way that it looks like UPE. And we've been running it as a pilot project in 3 slum communities here in Kampala.
The development of children in the first 5 years is fundamental for brain development and helps a child attain their full potential. In slums, children are exposed to risk trends. They are neglected by their families and later may engage in drug abuse, forced labor and commercial sex.
There is a lot of domestic abuse, and there is a lot of crime. There is a lot of violence that they are exposed to.
Some of them are living on streets from as early as 4 years, 3 years, and the child is just roaming around.
Under the project, barriers that prevent children from accessing education and including deficiency of scholastic materials and hunger are limited because it provides children free education classes. Shamira Nambobi is 15 years old, living in Katanga slum. She is in Senior 1 and beneficiary of the scholarship project. Her parents couldn't afford her education.
Kids Club Kampala has helped me to pay my school fees since before. Now, I am in Senior 1 and they are still paying for me my school fees. They want to be a doctor.
Over 1,000 children attend daily classes at the 3 community centers of Katanga, Naguru and Namuwongo, and are served a nutritious meal. The teachers supporting these community centers use a non-formal approach to learning, which allows tutors to adapt learning to a child's essential needs.
We normally bring in informal education. How? We begin with singing, we begin with telling them stories. They also participate.
This early childhood education helps children to interpret.
So in that process, we are able to understand different characters and the personalities of the children.
In the slums of Naguru and Namuwongo, local authorities say non-formal early childhood education program has nurtured and educated the child.
Kids Club is a very good project. In fact, they were doing best in vulnerable children.
This has been so helpful in our community here, especially in basic education to our children.
The program targets child brain growth and promotes moral values among children living in slums. It has also created harmony between parents, children and community.
A parent can really be taught by a child when they go back home. Like, mommy, this is sound, this is like that.
Our parents, they have been attaining education through parents' meetings. They have also achieved knowledge of how they can handle our children.
So when we engage our children in this non-formal education, we shall be able to fight corruption indirectly.
A child gains social skills and learns through teachers' support in a classroom environment. Amidst challenges, the project has a huge impact and is aiming at having these children grow up with a solid educational foundation that will enable them responsible and self-reliant citizens.
So no child should miss out on early childhood development, and the government should provide more ECD centers, more ECD facilities in the country.
Our project would actually help instill more morals and provide a better support for these children. And together we shall have a better city where we have streets free of street children, because we have taken an initiative and we have taken time to nurture and provide support for those who would be street children for tomorrow.
Investing in the early years of a child develops human capital. Uganda's future will depend on providing tools that produce an educated and skilled workforce. For Uganda to achieve Vision 2040, it should invest in early childhood development, educating the child, and support non-governmental groups. Robert Bwaita compiled this report.